loves, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you are new, hi, hello, my name is Loey. So 2 hours later, I'm back. I have literally 5 camera batteries for my camera and none of them were charged, you guys, which is really strange because I have this drawer where I keep like my backup camera stuff. So if I lose like my little clip that goes into my tripod, I have extras of that. I have extra memory cards, I have extra batteries so that once I sit down to film, I can just do it and not worry too much. And all my batteries in my drawer that I really never put like dead batteries in were all dead. I was probably just cleaning and put them in there by mistake, but Merry Christmas once again to those of you who celebrate. Today is my 25th and last day of Vlogmas, although there will be a little extra bonus video for you guys tomorrow, just some scary story kind of stuff, because I love you all so much and I want to be with you as much as I can, but I am going to be taking a pretty decent break for the holiday and New Year. I definitely feel like I have worked really hard the last couple of months and I need a mini break, you guys, so that I can come back better than ever for the new year for you. That doesn't mean that there will be no videos, certainly not, but it does mean that I'm not promising to upload at a certain rate, you know, these first couple of weeks of the new year. I have some things pre-filmed, but for the most part, I'll just be filming when I can. So today, since it's Christmas, I wanted this to be like my Christmas special. You know how TV shows have like specials during the year, you know, their Halloween episode special, like their Christmas specials. I wanted this to be Loey's Christmas special, and I wanted to tell you guys about literally everything that I love for the holidays. We're just gonna talk about Christmas favorites, spooky Christmas things. Oh my god, especially scary Christmas movies. Should we just start there? I recently watched a movie on Netflix, and I wanted to keep these like free 99 for you guys so that you could go and just like watch them on well, Netflix isn't free. Most of you probably have a Netflix account. It's called A Christmas Horror Story, and I saw it when I was looking for Krampus on Netflix, when I did my video on Krampus. That's my dog, by the way. But A Christmas Horror Story was probably one of my favorite scary Christmas movies ever. I mean, ever. I can't really think of many other scary Christmas movies that I've watched. I've watched the short films in Holidays, which is another movie on Netflix. It's okay, but like it goes through all of the holidays and it has a different like scary movie by a different filmmaker for each holiday, and the Christmas one was good. It wasn't great, but oh my god, A Christmas Horror Story was so good. A little bit not even predictable, actually. It's kind of like a horror anthology where there's a few different stories all going on at the same time. You kind of jump from story to story without like a clear, concise like here's how they're all connected, but it is so good. And some of the stories are obviously better than others, but I absolutely loved it. If you guys want to get some spooks on today for Christmas, I definitely recommend it because I think it is a really, 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 really good scary Christmas movie. There is another movie on Netflix. I haven't seen it, but it's called Red Christmas. You guys, I'm literally on 1%. Like, I'm playing with fire here. It's called Red Christmas, and the description is a family Christmas gathering at an isolated Australian estate turns into the holiday from heck after a mysterious stranger turns up at the door. I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it's any good, but it does look really intriguing, so I thought I would throw that one out there as well. Is it weird that I still consider The Nightmare Before Christmas a little bit of a scary movie? I love that movie and it's still a little bit spooky for me, so that's of course a good one to watch right now. I've watched it like 3 times since Halloween until now. It's a perfect movie for like 3 months out of the year, you know what I mean? So The Nightmare Before Christmas is a good one, but like non-scary movies, you guys are gonna think this is weird, but every year I love rewatching Harry Potter. I feel like Harry Potter is such like a fun, like Christmassy sort of series. That you can watch it at any time, but I'm literally wearing this little Triwizard cup pin on my sweater today. I love watching Harry Potter this time of year. I actually rewatched the Twilight series really recently, and I was like, these are not as bad as I have been giving them flack for recently. I still really love those, and I feel like those are good Christmas movies too. I am going up north to Michigan to go see my family, who I have not seen in a very long time. And every single year we inevitably have like a Harry Potter marathon, so that's what I'll be watching this Christmas. But I think my favorite book to read this time of year is A Little Princess. That is one of my favorite classic books of all time, and if you've never read it, there is a movie as well if you'd rather watch it. But I feel like the novel is so sweet, and like every time that I read it, it just makes me feel so much gratitude for what I have in my own life, and just it's such a heartwarming and sweet story. It's not a very difficult read. I read it when I was really young, and I've read it now that I'm older. I don't have my copy to put up because it's literally packed away right now, but it is a really good book for this time of year. I'm looking over at my bookshelf. You know what? There might be another book that's really good for this time of year. I love this book so much. I kind of have a whole shelf of it. Link to buy below. Hopefully it's already under your tree, just saying. And yes, I have a full bookshelf filled with my own book because I love it. Hopefully some of you guys asked for Haunted in Hollywood this Christmas. Let me know down below if you did. Thank you guys so much for all of the love and support on it, but those are two books I can definitely recommend. My favorite song for Christmas and my favorite music always comes from Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack. The Rat Pack Christmas album is my favorite of all time. I grew up with two parents that really loved music. My dad was an amazing musician, and there was nothing he loved more than the fact that I was so obsessed with jazz music. So we always used to bond over, you know, favorite songs from Frank Sinatra, from, I mean, the entire Rat Pack. I love all of them. But I think my favorite Christmas song of all time is probably White Christmas. I used to sing that in jazz band like every single year. I would sing it, and I still just love it. I mean, so much. I love it. So those are some of my holiday favorites that hopefully you can curl up with after watching this video, just to entertain yourself this holiday season. I wanted to tell you guys one of my favorite non-paranormal like Christmas stories. And this came from a time when my family and I were all living in Americus, Georgia. My brother was really young, and when my brother was young, there were some health complications that took a lot of time, a lot of money, and we just weren't able to have like a very elaborate, what is the word I'm looking for here, like a crazy Christmas. We just weren't. My mom was working 2 jobs. My dad at the time was working 3 jobs, literally to pay the bills. And I look back at that and I'm like so incredibly grateful for both of them for working as hard as they did for so many years just to keep our family afloat. And my brother and I only had like 1 gift apiece, both from Walmart, because my dad was working. My dad was a teacher, by the way, and a musician, and worked at Walmart. And like the amount of jobs that he had all at the same time were crazy. But he worked at Walmart, so we had like some discounts there. So we got like 1 very small gift apiece from Walmart. And I look back and it was my favorite Christmas ever because my parents knew they couldn't do very much. And we lived in this tiny little house in Americus, Georgia. And it wasn't snowing or anything like that, but I was dead asleep. It was like 8 p.m. I was probably 6, maybe 5. And oh my goodness. And I woke up to the sound of footsteps on my roof and like sleigh bells. And it was the most magical thing in the entire world. I was just like, oh my God, that's Santa. And my mom came into my room and she's like, do you hear the reindeers on the roof and all the bells and stuff? And it was the cutest thing on earth. I remember we ran out to the living room, and the cookies I left for Santa each had like a bite out of them, and the milk was still there. So my mom let my brother and I like have the rest of the cookies and the milk, and that was like the sweetest thing on earth. I was excited for weeks to come after that because of that one experience. And it's just so cool how my family made Christmas so memorable every single year when we didn't have very much at all. And I love that I have come to a place in my life now where I can spoil the crap out of my mom for Christmas every single year. I love doing that so much. You guys have no idea. I love that when I was younger and we would go to Michigan to go see my family, we couldn't afford the plane tickets. So we would drive our huge clunky minivan across the country almost every single year to go and be with my family in Michigan. We lived in Georgia, they lived in Michigan. And my dad was so sweet. We talked about this at his service last year, but he somehow, and I really don't know how, but this was way back in the day, he had rigged up our tiny little like box boob tube TV into the back of our car. There was some sort of like power thing that he was able to do. We had a VCR and we used to watch our VCR movies in the back of that car, and eventually we even started playing like our Super Nintendo, and I just remember it was like magic. And even when times were so hard, my family always made Christmas so magical. I'm so thankful for so much this Christmas, and I'm so thankful for so much, pretty much every single day of my life. I can never express the level of gratitude that I feel towards you guys that I truly have in my heart each and every day because of you. But I have to, once again, and I know that I said this in yesterday's video, just say thank you for everything that you've done for me, for allowing me to live out my dream and talk about these stories online and tell you about my life. And thank you for being my best friends. And this would not be my job if I didn't love it so much and if I didn't have so much fun doing this. The fact that I get to sit on my floor in my room with my creepy doll behind me and tell you guys stories from my life, talk about creepy things, talk about makeup and fashion and body positivity and self-love. The fact that I have a platform to do this is so cool, but the fact that this is my full time, that this is what I get to go to work and do, I will never be able to thank you enough for giving this to me and for letting me live out my absolute dream. If you are hurting this holiday season, if you are lonely this holiday season, if you can't afford to give your family a nice Christmas because you don't have the money, the means, the time, anything, whatever it is that's going on in your own life this holiday, I hope that you guys have a wonderful, 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 wonderful day. I think the holidays can be so stressful for some people, and I remember they used to be so stressful in my family because we were scrounging for money every holiday season. Like, it would come up to this time and my parents would work all day and all night, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, the days leading up to Christmas. Like, there's literally, recently you guys, I found videos on YouTube, and I won't put them up, but or on here, like I have them for myself, but it was from my former church in the town that I grew up in, and I found videos of my dad conducting the Christmas cantata at our church, and he worked his tailbone off. And there were some Christmases my parents were a little grouchy, but like I can imagine because they worked so freaking hard. And I just look at those videos now and I smile so much, because even though he was working so hard, he was truly following his dream and loving music and sharing his love of music with others. And I think that he was and is very proud of me continuing to follow what I love to do and being creative online. And I just love you guys, and thank you. And I hope that you, if you are stressed out, if you're having a rough holiday, I hope that you are well, and I hope that there is a smile on your face and love in your heart today, because you so deserve that. Those are just some Christmas things I wanted to share with you today.